Past midnight, Daniel's car broke down on a desolate country road, with no signal on his phone and only the sound of crickets in the dark. He could have sworn he saw a faint light flickering through the trees, but when he drove over, it turned out to be nothing but a house, old, decaying, with peeling paint and boarded-up windows. And yet that same light still flickered from within. It beckoned to him, promising help, and he couldn't resist. He parked his car and walked up to the house. The door creaked open on its own and he hesitated. The air inside smelled of damp wood and something faintly metallic, like rust or blood. He called out, "Hello, is anyone there?" But no answer came. Still, he felt a strange pull, an invisible hand gripping his shoulder, urging him forward. The entryway opened to a narrow hallway. On the far end, he could see another door. It looked as though it hadn't been opened in decades, yet now it stood ajar, revealing a sliver of darkness beyond. Curiosity and fear warred within him. His gut told him to run, but his feet moved on their own accord, taking him deeper into the house's shadowy embrace. At the end of the hallway, the door to the room stood open now, revealing only more darkness. But as he neared it, he saw that it wasn't empty. A single chair sat in the center of the floor, and the scratching started. At first, he thought it was in his head, just the sound of an old house settling. But then he realized it was coming from the door, from the other side of the room. Someone or something was trying to claw their way out, against his better judgment. He pushed the door open. The room was empty except for that chair. Daniel stepped inside, his eyes adjusting to the gloom. That was when he saw the shadows along the walls. They didn't belong to him. They moved on their own, twisting and writhing like living things. Fear constricted his throat. He wanted to scream, but no sound came out. Then he heard a whisper. It was soft at first, like the rustle of dry leaves, but then it grew louder. "Sit down." The voice seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Daniel whirled around searching for the source, but there was nothing there, only the shadows, and they were growing longer now, reaching out toward him like grasping claws. When he tried to run, the floor beneath him rippled like water, pulling him toward the chair. He stumbled, falling to his knees. The whispers intensified, urging him forward. "Sit, sit, sit." And as he did, the cold hands gripped his shoulders. Startled, he thrashed, but the grip tightened. Then more hands joined them, pulling him down, forcing him into the chair. He kicked and screamed, but it was no use. Something unseen bound his limbs, anchoring him in place. And then the chorus began, the whispers coalescing into a single voice that echoed through the room. One more for the hollow room. It rasped. The light bulb hanging from the ceiling flickered violently before going out. In the morning, Daniel's car was found abandoned on the roadside, his phone lying on the passenger seat, its battery dead. The locals found it odd that no one had reported him missing. After all, he had a wife and kids. Surely someone would be looking for him. So they searched the house, finding nothing but dust and decay. But inside the hollow room, the chair now had a new shadow sitting perfectly still, its mouth frozen in a silent scream.